If you guys enjoy my content and you want to see the channel grow, then consider hitting that join button. There's 3 tiers to choose from, and you get exclusive content here on the channel that's not available to other subscribers. Once you hit the join button and pick which tier best suits you, go over to the playlist. There's 2 different categories to choose from: past live streams as well as exclusive content only available for members, such as the Storm Nation live stream, which is a live stream every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. for the members, by the members, as well as other exclusive videos already uploaded on the main channel. All you have to do is click the join button, pick a tier, and then start watching exclusive content. Thank you all so much, and I hope you guys join the membership and become a part of Storm Nation. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So Chris Knight, I explained this a few seconds ago, but you weren't here. So I have a different layout here, and hopefully this will restore order to the streams. Because yesterday was a whole lot of talking. So from now on, whoever's on the big screen, the floor is yours. Okay? So that way when it gives everybody a chance to talk. Without any interruption. If someone needs to interrupt, then I'll just swap back and forth, and then that way when it's Andrew, you're killing me right now, buddy.
Sorry, I just have a cough.
and that way when there's a super chat, I'll go. Yeah, good. We're good to go. So not only are we going to talk about Superman and Lois, I watched The Flash with my girl last night. I got a lot of stuff to say about The Flash. So we'll talk about Superman and Lois first because that's the main topic, and then of course whatever the super chats are, we'll just get there. So I liked Superman this past week. I thought it was a good episode. The ending I think was what put it over the top because of Black Suit Superman just letting everybody up. We got a black Lex Luthor, so I'm actually cool that it's not the same Lex from Supergirl, because I did not like Ducky playing Superman.
We think it's Lex Luthor. We don't know for certain because he was a soldier in that alternate universe. So I don't know if it's Lex Luthor, so to speak.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, I feel like this is a Lex Luthor from another Earth, because. Yeah, I also did not like the Supergirl Lex Luthor. I think he was kind of a bitch. But I think in that crossover where Lex used the book to turn Superman evil, I think it was pretty much like a Superman swap from another Earth. So I think so I think that's the Superman that's the Superman that is supposed to be the big threat. So I don't know if it's leading up to, is that evil Superman going to come to this Superman's Earth, or is he trying to prevent our Superman from becoming that?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't that the same black suit Superman from Crisis on Infinite Earth, though?
I think so.
It looked like it.
Chris, what were your thoughts on the episode?
Again, I'm still concerned with the whole Dawson Creek feel of the teenage moments. But in this episode, again, they've got this really cool thing going in between their action scenes and those scenes. And it's spaced out enough. It stops just short of, okay, I'm done. I'm out of here. It just stops just short of that. So I'm okay with it. I agree with it. We're obviously doing something with the multiverse here. This is another Earth we're dealing with, but I find it interesting, and I will go and say it may not be Lex Luthor. It may be somebody that's related to him. Maybe it is. Maybe in that Earth he took a different path. He isn't the super genius billionaire or whatever. I mean, the guy with the money, the industrialist. He was a normal everyday guy, enlisted, met Lois Lane's dad, and was a soldier, and he was the most clean cut, straightforward guy ever. And he's there, and even though he's obviously going to play a villain in this, he's playing a villain for the right reasons because he thinks that he has to stop Superman. So,
And that's sort of the question I have is like, okay, what makes him think that this Superman is going to turn evil? Like that's something they haven't explained yet. Because it's just showing that this Lex Luthor thinks that this current Superman is going to turn evil when the Superman from his Earth went evil. So so I am hoping there's like some explanation for that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Denny. Go ahead. Floor's yours.
I'm thinking maybe kind of do like this Injustice feel because like when Lois gets killed, then Superman kind of snaps and loses all reality. So maybe they have theorized that look, if Lois, like they said in Flash came out and said Lois is the key. So if Lois ever gets killed or destroyed, Superman's gonna flip out. So maybe they have come to that common thread that look, in any dimension or any universe he's in, Lois Lane is the key to his sanity. If anything happens to her, he's gonna go batshit. So that's what I'm thinking. The premise is they're kind of taking a little bit of the Injustice, which I think is very smart, and kind of put it in this world.
Yeah, like they're kind of they kind of foreshadowed that in the first episode when Jordan was playing Injustice. In his room.
Dude. That was a good move. I loved it. I think that they had multiple facets of it where it's a nod to a storyline, and at the same time, it's kind of a nod of his opinion of his father in that moment. Like subconsciously, he doesn't know that at that moment that his father's Superman, but he's using a character to kick Superman's ass. I mean, it's like I liked how that worked out. The Injustice deal.
They got a bang for their buck because they also showed Raiden for Mortal Kombat. So they kind of promoted Mortal Kombat and that. That was smart.
Remember everybody. Make sure you watch Mortal Kombat on HBO Max.
I'm going to. Go ahead. Okay, I was going to say that the Injustice thing, I could see that going that route, but I'm wondering how much of the Snyder Cut stuff got put into the idea here, because we do know that in Batman versus Superman, again, tied to Lois, when something happens to Lois, Superman loses his shit. And again, it could and what's funny is that fight scene, the war scene, was with Lois's father. So perhaps he personally is blaming. He's personally blaming his unit or him, like something happened. And what's funny is they are doing a very good job of setting up that Lois's father and Clark have a working relationship, but there's those moments where you can tell they're not on the same page. They don't like each other. They don't hate each other. It's just, you're here, I'm here. I'm going to deal with the fact that you're married to my daughter, and I guess I'm Superman, so I'm going to deal with you because you help kind of keep me on track for what's going on.
Yeah.
But when the kryptonite scene came up, and he says, because it's all here, because I've been stockpiling it. He makes it sound like I was doing it to protect you, but in the back of Clark's head, he's sitting there going, no, you're not doing it to protect me. You're protecting yourself in case something happens, because you can see Clark thinking that.
Like he's getting aggravated.
Ducky Dodgers 24th and a half century.
Duck Dodgers and the 24th and a half century. Sorry.
Can they CGI out half of Lois Lane's forehead? Her forehead ain't that damn big, man.
Again, I will say this about that. They picked a woman who is reminiscent of Margot Kidder, and that is the classic Lois Lane. So they did a really good job with that.
Yep. I agree with that one.
And she kind of has like the Amy Adams, Lois Lane kind of mannerisms as well.
She's got a good mix of all different types.
I didn't like the Amy Adams Lois Lane. She was my least favorite.
The one from BVS and Man of Steel?
Mm-hmm. I love her.
Yeah, I thought she was pretty good.
Well,
Android said
the one from Superman Returns. I didn't care for her either.
Oh, I hated her too.
Nah, she was meh.
Nindroid said, Rob, have you read Claudia Gray's novel yet? Their character that's controversial in it, The Rock. No, I actually have it Audible download, but I don't know, man. I just have not been in the mood to read a Star Wars novel. I don't know. Maybe I need some kind of Star Wars something to come and hit me and get me back into the Star Wars mood. Just right now, like between WandaVision, the Snyder Cut, like I'm just full steam ahead on superhero content, not really on Star Wars content, unless something Star Wars comes out. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. I used to be all up on these novels. Every time a new one came out, I would read it like within that week. And then I think what happened was I read a string of bad ones, like Alphabet Squadron. The second book came out, it wasn't good. The new Thrawn novel came out, it wasn't good. So at that point, I was just like, man, like I don't have a lot of time. Why am I reading these books that aren't good? But I like Claudia Gray. I might go back to it at some point. But I do, and I've been looking for it at Walmart. I can't find it, so I just got it on Audible. But yeah, Rob,
you got Anthony, YouTube fan here, says, I'm happy to say that episode 2 is a good follow-up to the premiere. I do have to say that. This is the first CW show that's DC related that I've actually made it through 2 episodes without issue. I will say that.
Technically, you made it through 3 because the first one was a 2-episode premiere.
Yeah,
it was like an hour.
That's debatable.
Yeah,
no, it was an hour. It was straight up an hour and 3 minutes. I think the what we just saw here, and this is as negative as I'm going to get, is that basically what we just got was the premiere should have been these 2 episodes.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
If it ended with Lois coming to the Gazette, the way it tied it up, that felt like the ending of the premiere. This should have been the premiere. It would have given it, even if it went over like 2 hours, right? Because this one was like what 40 minutes, I think it was.
Yeah.
Something like that. So it would have been like an hour and 50 minutes. That with perfect first episode. But I love the second episode. I love the callback to Smallville. I love the drama that was initiated today with her quitting and everything. I like how they didn't overplay the kids. That there's a chance that he's not going to be as good as Superman. Maybe even some conflict there, and maybe when he uses his powers, it might actually hurt him because you're gonna have 2 DNA fighting each other, and maybe using his powers might end up being a bad thing. The drama in the high school didn't go too far. Didn't feel too Saved by the Belly. And then the whole future thing, right? The whole scene from the future and them saying, "Oh, we don't know if this is the right one or whatever. Things are different, and he's not Mike Khalil yet." What exactly is happening? Was it because could this be a death of Lois kind of situation, or could this be? And the only other thing that I was really weird was the fact that Superman had that moment where I was like, okay, this is where you got to talk to the guy when he says something to you like, "You destroyed my world," right? Like when someone says that to you, maybe you need to have him clarify on what he just said. And then second time, he just beat him to a bloody pulp. Obviously it was just a Halo Terminator body, but whatever. He just kind of went overboard on that second confrontation, beat the living hell out of him. But I just don't see him like saying, "Wait a second, maybe I need to talk to this guy." Right now, he's just full on just kicking his ass. But it's going to be interesting to see where that goes. Overall, love the second episode.
So my question to the panel is, do we believe that this is a version of Lex Luthor, or is it someone else? I believe it's Lex Luthor. I mean, I
believe it's a version.
Yeah.
I kind of think it's sort of like in the comics where it's Alexander Luthor Jr. from Earth 3, where he's actually a good guy. like I'm kind of getting that vibe.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, in Superman Earth 1, Volume 2 or Volume 3, the JMS one, the hardcover one, Lex was a good guy, and his sister was the bad guy. Like, he died a good guy trying to save Superman, and his sister was the bad guy. And I'm not mistaken, in Superman Rebirth, Lex was Superman. He was a Superman.
Though for more selfish reasons, he wasn't really being Superman because he wanted to do good. He just wanted to compete with Superman. For the heart of Metropolis.
Yeah,
trying to be like a yellow Flash, like reverse Superman.
So I got a question. Okay, to get off Superman for a little bit, but did anybody here? I know Danny did. Did anybody watch the season premiere of Flash? Anybody?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, did it come out? No, I'm gonna watch it tonight then. I'm definitely watching it.
All right, so I'm not gonna spoil anything, but
you can't. But go ahead.
Well, I watched with my girl yesterday, and now full disclosure, I missed all of last season. I didn't watch last season. Yeah, it was the only season of Flash I haven't watched.
You can't make a correct assessment if you didn't watch the whole season.
It just
wow.
I can't make a correct assumption, absolutely, right? But I don't like the villain. I do not like the villain.
You just said that the whole time.
Oh, they already. One episode, and they already opened it up. They told you everything that's going on, villain and all.
It's the Mirror Master. Yeah, go ahead, Danny.
Okay. The Mirror, because of the COVID, they were not able to finish last season. It was like it should have been 3 or 4 more seasons, but because of the pandemic, they had to cut it down. So the first episode was kind of a continuation, and they're showing the last 4 episodes they wanted to show. So it's not going to be like this brand new, because usually he discovers the villain. The villain gets him down. He comes back and beats him in the end. Now it's not like that because one of his loved ones is trapped in the mirrorverse.
Yeah,
and then he still hasn't figured it out yet. And also, there's another issue he's dealing with, but he found a solution. Past episode. So that was a big thing for me. How the hell is he going to find a solution to that big problem he got? And he was able to do it, but it cost him somebody dear. So
that was my favorite part of the episode. I'm not going to spoil that. I thought that was the best part of the episode because I'm a big fan of that character. And I was watching your stream earlier. I love that actor. Him and Joe have always been my favorite characters in the Flash.
Joe is the anchor.
Yeah. Now, when I watched it, like I said, I missed last season. I'm watching with my girl. I'm like, who's this black guy? Who's this white chick? What the fuck is going on? Like, where's Cisco? Where's Caitlin? Like, where did this guy come from? Did they recast Jesse Quick? Who's this white girl? I'm like, I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
No, yeah. See, the only reason why Caitlin is there because she was pregnant. And so she had to go off the show for a long period of time. But since the pandemic happened, now she's going to be able to have the baby and come back. So she's going to be on next week's episode. But they had already wrote that into the thing that she's going to go off and try and discover because she's giving what's her persona?
Cole Killer Frost.
Now they're taking turns. Like 6 months, Caitlin will be the primary person in the body. In the other 6 months, Frost. So they're going back and forth.
So who's this white girl then? And who's this black guy? Where the fuck did they come from?
The black guy, he got some kind of power where he can pull in like black holes and stuff. I forgot his name, something crazy. And they were able to cure him, but he's like a fanboy of the Flash, but he's like a super genius.
So he's the one who replaced Ralph then.
Yep. And then the girl, she was Wales's adopted daughter on a different Earth. And then both of them came here, and she has powers too, like she can control the different spectrums of the light and stuff.
Oh man, I love the Flash.
You need to watch last season, man.
Yeah,
I need to watch last season.
I heard so many bad things about it though.
Yeah, I didn't like some of it, but we got the whole Infinite Earths that was last season. That whole storyline.
Yeah.
The one guy with the genetic crap and the whole Speed Force issue that Flash was faced with. You really need to watch it, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch it little by little.
It wasn't that horrible. I mean, it was better than Savitar.
Savitar wasn't that bad.
The worst.
Oh my god, that was so horrible. What are you talking about?
I didn't like the Thinker. I did not like the Thinker.
I actually liked that season.
I liked him. He was alright.
Yeah, but look, the worst Flash seasons are still better than some of Arrow seasons.
I agree.
After season 2 of Arrow, that show just went downhill bad.
I don't think it was too bad.
But the one I'm mad about, man, is Black Lightning getting cast. No.
Yeah.
Didn't he die?
Not yet.
I thought he got erased. Oh.
It's like Marvel, man. They don't pay attention to what they do with their universe. I'm talking about in the comic books. When they did Secret Wars, they erased all the universe. They just fucking retconned that shit.
Well, Ralph is supposed to be out on a mission right now. Again, I haven't seen the first episode. Yeah. Well, it's supposed to lead up to something good. He's supposed to like meet his wife or something like that. Some big story about his wife.
Ralph?
Lead.
They fired the guy. He ain't never coming back. How are they going to do that?
Oh, they fired him? Oh,
yeah. They found shit on. He wrote like inappropriate, like racist things on Twitter, and they fired him.
Oh, fuck.
Why can't these celebrities like just shut the fuck up?
Why can't we have a public forum? Well, yeah, true. Yeah, if he just said racist stuff, that's crap.
Yeah, it was like.
Now, was it racist, or are we talking about like the same kind of Gina Carano stuff that just sounds bad?
This was pretty racist. Like I think I was trying to defend it, and I'm like, I don't think I can defend this. Flash, Ralph.
How long ago was this? Recent?
No, it was actually a while ago. It was something like a James. Okay, so here's some of the tweets. Let me see if I can find someone. Those who don't find a cow, like a child molester, my brother. Damn. Sure, I have access to clean water, but I can't watch Godzilla at home until I get my surround sound system fixed. Okay, that wasn't a bad one. But yeah,
that was a nothing burger.
I enjoyed a secret boob viewing at the audition today.
That's nothing.
If I had a wife, I would beat the hell out of her tonight. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I've heard worse on Family Guy, for God's sakes.
That's true, but that's a cartoon.
So what? This is Twitter.
Oh, is that the Elastic Man actor?
Oh yeah, this is the Elastic Man actor.
This is Elongated Man.
Yeah, he wrote Jingle Bells, Batman smells, women shouldn't vote.
Wow.
Well, everybody's allowed their opinions, right?
So these are more sexist than racist. I don't see any racist ones yet. But I thought for sure there was a couple racist ones in there. He's like, women shouldn't vote.
What's that? I owe each of you an apology. He actually apologized?
Yeah. Where was that?
Right there.
Yeah, he came out with a whole tweet. I think this was it. I think. Yeah, this morning many of you learned whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then like the actor, we got a new member. Whoop, whoop. Hey, what's up? But like a lot of the actors, like the Flash actor and everybody came out and like bashed him right afterwards too. Like they went at him, man. So
what's this world coming to? I mean, sounds bad, right? Sounds bad, but to be honest, like I said, I've heard worse on comedic streams. So was he trying to be funny? Was he being serious? What's the context there? Some people treat Twitter is a joke. Twitter is to put jokes up, to put memes up, to say outrageous, crazy stuff. It's not like he went in there and just said, "I hate Indian people. I, wish they would all die." I mean, something seriously straight up.
Gina Carano didn't do that either.
Yeah.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I don't disagree.
It's horrible.
I don't disagree with what you say most of the time, LDG, with the fact that yes, she shouldn't have been fired. Maybe what he says, yes, maybe it was comedic in nature what he's trying to do. But unfortunately, the world we live in, they should know better. And I'm not saying they should be held to stop doing it, but they know what's going to happen.
It's yeah, but like I don't know.
That's no excuse.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying, unfortunately, you gave them the bullet.
He didn't have the platform to properly speak his mind with freedom of speech. That's the problem. And I'm sorry. I'm going to get to a Prometheus call out that I'm going to get.
Right?
He shouldn't be doing that on Twitter. He knew what was going to happen. I get it. You're right, but at the same time, come on.
Where do you draw the line?
I mean, have you watched South Park? Have you watched South Park?
No.
Okay,
I know.
Like, why don't they get canceled? Like,
because they've been doing it for so long that people, when people say let's cancel South Park, people look at them and go like, they've been doing this since freaking forever. If we were going to cancel them, we should have done it a long time ago.
Yeah,
they killed Chef and made fun of the fact that he was a Scientologist. Still,
but the thing is,
the difference is
they
made money off of it.
Yeah,
no one made money off of Ralph.
They pick and choose what they want to hold people accountable on.
Yes,
because the chick who plays Supergirl, she has pictures online of her fucking her boyfriend.
Yeah,
and she also held a sign during the Trump rally say "grab on my pussy because it's steel" or some shit like that. It's like you guys didn't see that?
No, I didn't.
Now he's gonna have to show us.
Oh my god, that's great. Oh, that's points for creativity on that one. I like it. I like it.
Different standards.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, right here it is. Right here. She this was after he got elected. You can't see the top of the sign. But, right here.
Oh.
Hey, Donald, don't try to grab my pussy. It's made of steel. But like, so how is shit like? Look, if you're gonna hold one person accountable, hold everybody equally accountable. You know, it's like you can't sit there. I don't know, man. I hate it.
I don't disagree at all.
And again, he's accounted for. He did it on Twitter. We know it's him. He's been accountable. Now, whether he's responsible for consequences is a different story.
Well, going back to Gina Carano and that mess, like a day or two after, I saw somebody match up at the Holocaust Museum put out a tweet that stated, I'm paraphrasing here, they stated, "Don't forget that the Jewish people were accosted by their own." And I mean, it was something to that extent.
Yeah.
Was exactly what Gina Carano said. It was, and the problem is when the Holocaust Museum,
and she wasn't being specific. Like she wasn't comparing which side is the Jews. She was being general. Two
words in that tweet that were trigger words. That once people saw those two words, they stopped reading, didn't give it a chance, and shut everything down and went for cancel. That is Jew and Nazi. And listen, my father helped liberate a couple of the concentration camps. He's shown me pictures of the body. He told me when he showed me and my cousins those pictures, he said, "Don't ever let anybody tell you this did not happen." And I want to say this. I understand it is a shock to the system to hear words like what she said, and that it's a horrible thing. But the truth is not always kind. The truth is not always easy to hear. And she spoke the truth. And what she was trying to state is that you have to walk a thin line when you're pointing fingers at people or when you're looking the other way.
She said to stop demonizing your neighbor. So that's all she said.
My problem is because I support Gina Carano. I support her. I don't think she should have got fired for that. just like I supported James Gunn. But how the hell can Disney sit there and fire Gina Carano when
Pedro
Pedro
Pascal
Pascal's doing the same fucking shit and worse? He's comparing Trump support and God, I don't like Trump. I don't support Trump. I don't. If you do, that's fine. Everybody to each their own. I don't talk about politics on the channel. But he's comparing Trump supporters to the Nazis. He did it.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
I think what he did was that he was comparing the kids in cages when he was using a photo from during the Obama administration, and it was in Afghanistan or wherever, like it wasn't even here. And that's that's the hypocrisy of it all. It's like one side can say whatever they want, but the other side cannot say anything.
That's the world we live in now, man. Like on Storm Nation a couple weeks ago, we had a huge debate on should we take the COVID vaccine. God forbid if you're on one side or the other, it's like you're starting World War III, man. It's like nobody can it's almost like Bible thumpers, They want to try to push that religion on you, and you're just like, hey man, look, just go your business, man. And yeah, I don't know. The social media is a great and horrible thing.
I think that.
Well, that's your opinion, man.
Yeah. Here's the fact of the matter. With Gina Carano, she's definitely talking about people who demonize. I won't say just Trump supporters. I just say anybody who supports anybody. When you go, and I think it was kind of geared towards the way people are treating Trump supporters. Listen, not to dive into the Capitol riot and those things were horrible. And yes, they were there for Trump, but that was not 30 million people who voted for him, or however many people voted for him. That was not 80 million people that voted for him there. It was 40 some odd thousand, maybe. So what she's trying to say is, listen, you're demonizing everybody who supports Trump.
Yeah.
And honest to God, that's wrong. It is wrong. Not everybody who supports Trump is supporting him because they believe in him. A lot of them support him because he was the Republican ticket. I mean, there's lots of different reasons. And I think what it is learn who and what you're attacking.
Yeah.
And understand that if you're going to call somebody something, you need to have concrete evidence that what you're saying is true. And what's bad is again, she was right in what she said. I won't even say how she said it was wrong. It's just as soon as people saw the two words.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember my dad telling me something important when I was a kid. He's like, not all Germans were Nazis. So all Nazis were German, or all Germans were all Nazis were German, but not all Germans were, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. No, I know exactly.
But yeah, I think she got fired for a bullshit reason.
We'll see what happens. I still don't necessarily say that she's out. She might be.
Well,
she might. But the James Gunn thing does give me some hope that if maybe after a certain amount of time they might bring her back. I don't know if she will though. I that's the thing.
I don't think they will.
She'll come back.
I don't think they're gonna take her back because she's producing a movie with Daily Wire, with Ben Shapiro and all that, so they're never gonna take her back.
The difference between her and James Gunn too. James Gunn kind of shut his mouth.
Well, James Gunn's his was like 10 years old.
Yeah.
He didn't make a call. He didn't make a big fuss about it. He was kind of like, okay. And sometimes when you keep your mouth shut and people can get these little deals and stuff, you can kind of repair stuff. But she's out in the open. He's behind the scene. So she's going to be somebody they see every day. And it's going to be just reminder. James Gunn, he's kind of behind the scenes, so you don't see him as much. So you can kind of kind of fade into the woodwork, so to speak.
And I don't know how true it is, but I heard Gina was warned a few times, whereas James Gunn had no warning. He did the tweets 10 years ago, woke up one day, fired, everybody backlashed against Disney, they rehired him. So, yeah, that was sort of the thing with there. You know what I mean?
But like, I don't know if you guys are tired of this topic, you know, but there is like one topic that I kind of want to talk about is like, you know, are they going to bring in Supergirl into this new Superman series?
I don't think they will.
It would make sense if they did, but I'm kind of with
the Latino
Chris.
No.
Or the one that got canceled.
The one that got canceled.
Oh, she's done. No, I doubt it.
Well, no, like what I'm saying is that like they can still use the same actor, but it's still a different Supergirl. You know, maybe like in season 2, you know, she crash lands on Earth, you know, and then and then Clark finds out, you know, and there's potential drama where, you know.
I think that the addition of whoever the Luthor character is from another dimension, another Earth, whatever, that adds a lot of layers that they have to source through. And then the two kids that I still believe Jordan will have more powers than I think they think he has. Maybe not full on, but I think what this was a way is a step back from Jordan's the one, look at this, hallelujah, one of the two kids has powers, to let's step back, send them both to school, and now we're going to find out that the brother also has them.
Yeah.
And I think that, yeah, I think they're processing this slowly, and they're kind of playing this, you know, this throwing out the fishing lure, you know, like boom. Oh, no.
And it's going to manifest in a damn football game, just like like Teen Wolf did.
Some kid was going to hit him, and it's going to be like hitting a brick, just like boom. Yeah. I mean, that's
I got that feeling too. I got that feeling that possibly during this episode, a little bit of his power was going to come out, and it was going to hurt somebody, and you know what I mean, and turn out bad. Or because they were trying to teach him that your power is right, because they were trying to teach the first kid, you know, you don't have control. That's the whole point why we're not taking you to school and everything. And then the next scene you see was that football game, and I'm like, well, I wonder if someone's about to get hurt. Bad.
But it turned out that Jonathan got hurt.
I do think Supergirl, the one who plays the Supergirl in the CW, she's gonna show up at some point. I highly doubt they're not gonna use her at some point because they still want to connect this universe some way.
Yeah, they gotta connect it. So is this before or after they know about each other? That I'm not able to tell.
This is after. This takes place because before.
Yeah, this is after. This is after Crisis on Infinite.
Yeah, because of the kids.
Yeah, but I don't think Supergirl will be brought into this. But again, the manifestation, we've already seen it. Jordan and what's the other one?
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Yeah. Jonathan in the opening scenes. Remember, he threw that football through that rope.
Yeah,
and at a young age. So that was your little Easter egg. We've been talking a lot about Easter eggs. That's your little Easter egg that he has something.
Well, technically, if this is post Crisis, that means Flash is there, which would be interesting if he actually shows up on the show, because you go from the sitcom-y Flash to the cinematic Superman and Lois, and is that actor going to be able to hold it?
Yeah, right.
That's not the same, you know. You can look one way and look completely not right on a cinematic screen.
I did not watch all of Crisis yet, but it won't kill me to know this. Did it resolve down to one Earth, or
everything merged?
Okay. Here's the thing. So whatever extra Flashes or Supermans or whatever were there are now out of the picture.
Yeah, I think it merged, but then I think it's starting to expand back out to different ones.
Okay, well, so
because so far there has been no mention of Supergirl or Flash or the Justice League. There's been no mention of it. So I kind of feel like this is sort of like a soft reboot of the CW universe.
What was crazy? They didn't have Superman in the Justice League. That was crazy to me.
Yeah, but my thing with CW is doing right now is that they're not going to mention anything about the other shows until they complete the season, just so they can see, how well this show goes.
What they need to do in this reboot, and I'll say this and then I'll get to the super chat, but what they need to do is focus on, I don't think about reboot, but next phase in the CW universe, it needs to focus on Superman, Flash, because Flash is still their flagship show, which used to be Arrow, then Flash took over. Supergirl got canceled, Black Lightning got canceled, Arrow got canceled. They need to focus on bringing Stargirl in that universe with them.
Yes.
So,
but I think she's based on the cars, and I can't really tell what time period it is.
Well, they also live in like a small little town, so
yeah.
But yeah, it's a current time period because I was with you last year. I didn't know what time period they were in, but they kept using current technology and current computers. So I was like, oh, they're in our timeline. So, but remember last year's Stargirl was supposed to be its own separate thing on the DC streaming app. They put it on CW because they canceled that app. So now they can take it and start adding in other connections because they want to keep it connected. I still can't believe Batwoman got approved for another season. I still can't believe.
I can.
Yeah.
Right?
Somebody is.
I said when they got
the table.
Yeah.
Somebody.
I said that as soon as they were having trouble with season 1 and the numbers were tanking, I said they will not admit this is a failure. They lost their lead actress.
They don't want to admit.
Well, it's not that. It is classic Warner Brothers. Fight on a hill they're guaranteed to die on, but the hill that they could live on or die for the right purposes, they won't.
Yeah.
It's just like Jodie Whittaker.
DC,
can you look up the numbers?
And Warner Brothers has not.
What's that, Danny?
Can you look up Batwoman numbers?
Yeah, I can look up the numbers.
But
yeah, it's the same thing with Whittaker. That she was failing and bombing the entire show. Show had the worst freaking ratings ever, and they kept pushing her for a third season until Jodie said, "You know what? This is it. I'm done. I quit."
There was like a whole story that when they were writing for Superman and Lois, that they had someone who was like just who was like trying to enforce that Clark has that the Kents be non-white, and they kicked her out because she was being obnoxious about it.
I think the biggest travesty here is you see the care that the Batwoman has taken in production value in a lot of ways. They've skimped on writing and they've skimped on I don't know, they're willing to look past a lot of stuff. Here's the thing, if they put time towards Batman universe on TV with the production values, it feels very Tim Burton-esque of the 89 90s, Batman early on. The way it looks, it's very industrialized.
The numbers aren't good at all.
No, they're not.
No,
you're talking about a 0.6 rating.
Yep.
They didn't even hit a 1.
Nope.
No, look at what the last episode was. Oh wait, yeah, the last episode on the 21st.
Wow,
yeah.
It went from a 0.65. The highest one was the third episode, 0.7, and then it dropped all the way down to a 0.5. Like, that is not good.
There are shows that hit 10s. they get canceled? I mean, or what's? I'm trying to think here. What the average?
There are shows that hit 10. Well, I don't know about 10, but there are shows that do good numbers and they get canceled. Yusfu said I was watching episode 1. He's talking about Superman and Lois. They did something to piss me off, and I turned it off.
And what was it?
He didn't even establish that part.
Then I do not find that comment valid.
I like when they get a little nod.
Episode 1 or
Superman 3, he had to cool down the reaction with the freezing the water.
Yeah.
He did that same thing. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah. Though I'm pretty sure there's someone who actually works in like a nuclear facility, and they're like screaming at their TV. That's not how nuclear energy works.
I do have a nitpick. I do not like the way Jor-El looks.
I think he's fine.
Yeah, I thought you looked
that actor though.
How did you want him to look? Like skinny and buff, or younger, or older, or
almost trying to go for the BVS, BVS one.
Here's how I see it. Here's how I see it: is that this one's kind of a fusion of the Richard Donner Jor-El and the Man of Steel Jor-El.
Yeah,
it's kind of a fusion of that.
I just thought the Kryptonians looked so much better on that Krypton show.
Yeah,
I wanted something more like that. Maybe something more of a seasoned actor, more of a I don't know. I don't know. He looked like he was on the street holding up a sign and like, "Hey, you want to work?"
I'm actually liked Jor-El's costume because it's kind of like a color, it's sort of a color reversal of the Richard Donner Superman, where all the white is black and the S shield is white.
Yeah,
instead of like being the reverse, and I like that. And when Clark said that Jordan's name was named after Jor-El, I was like, that makes so much sense.
I thought that was stupid. I was like, what? Jordan, Jor-El, really? You could have called him Gerald or something.
Connor,
yeah. Yusfu says, I'm sorry, the kiss scene. That was the thing that he didn't like.
What kiss scene?
I don't know. He just said the kiss scene in the first episode. I don't fucking know.
Okay, then he's not talking about Superman and Lois.
Dude, he's probably just trolling, Andrew. He's probably talking about the Man of Steel where, they're making out in the middle of Ground Zero, but I digress.
That is so hot.
I will say that, again, I'd be very surprised that any other CW show comes into this, and if it is, like you said, a soft reboot, it's to see which one's going to take better. I think the Flash is safe for now.
Oh yeah.
I think the reason why it may be a soft reboot, why I think that's correct, is because perhaps this is them starting to take into account why possibly Batwoman has been so horrendous, and what they might be looking at is either maybe a Batman version like Superman and Lois,
and that's what I'm hoping.
A Batwoman like Superman and Lois. Restructure how the show would be played out.
No. Here's the problem, and this is the problem, right? First of all, I guarantee if Superman and Lois keeps up being successful, who the fuck messaged me? Yusuf messaged me. Hold on, I'll read it in a second. But if Superman and Lois keeps being successful, they're going to start taking the idea of a live action Batman more seriously. Mm-hmm. But this is the biggest problem I have with CW. They're all about making statements, right? Mm-hmm. Why didn't they just do a Batgirl show? Why did it have to be Batwoman? You know why? Because she's lesbian. They can make statements.
SJW stuff.
After the success
of
Stargirl, they should have went full steam ahead because they already lost Ruby Rose. Instead of trying to bring in another character who's lesbian, what's the chances that both anyway? Instead of them trying to save that show, they should have just canceled and said, you know what? We could do a Batgirl show.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because Barbara Gordon's not gay. They can't make a statement doing that.
But wait, they could make her. I mean, here's the thing. That's why they haven't canceled that one. Like you said, statements. It's always about the statement. That's why I'm still, again, I see the chance to jump off and go full on teen angst. Woe is me.
What, Superman?
Yeah, this Superman Lois. I can see it going that route.
But don't forget, Smallville was like that for the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Well, I know. But here's the thing. I could see it going that route. They have done such a good job.
So far.
Every moment that I know. Yeah, but they've done such a great job that at the moment I'm about ready to just say, they stop. And they're like, okay, we know we've gone far enough. Let's stop it.
Yeah.
Over. Like I said, they're doing a really spot on job of mixing Superman,
balancing it
with kids, with Lois. Lois's stuff will never bother me. I always liked her tenacious attitude when it came to her reporting. And I really think it's going to help the show that she has quit the Daily Planet and she's going to go to the small one-person paper in Smallville. And what's going to happen is that's going to, I almost guarantee what's going to happen is people are going to subscribe to that newspaper. Yeah. It's actually going to build up that town quicker than the other guy.
Yeah.
And she's going to make her statement that way. And
I wish it was Chloe that ran that paper, though.
I can see that.
I was like, man, they gonna put Chloe in this shit. Like, no.
But yeah,
what you said earlier, Robert, it must be a WB thing because if I'm not mistaken, Aquaman kissed Mira in the fight scene like Superman did Lois. So it must be a theme that they got going on in there.
Let's stop the world. Everything's falling down around us, but wait.
I don't mind a superhero kissing somebody. I do not mind. Like we've seen in Spider-Man, he the upside down kiss in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, the Andrew Garfield when he shot her with the web spinner and kissed her. Like I'm fine with that. It's just when you have millions of people who just got killed, like I didn't see, and I know I love Danny has like, well, that's real fucking life, bro. It's just you didn't see a fireman making out with somebody on 9/11, right? Like you just did not see that.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh. Well,
I mean, to be honest, all that dust and stuff. I mean, come on, it'd be kind of hard to find out if you're kissing a dude or I mean, that's kind of messed up.
But my whole point is that like, if Superman and Lois keeps doing well, like if it does really well all throughout season 1. Because I think this is also HBO putting their influence into this. So this could bring up an idea. Okay, so let's do a Batman series. And it won't cost nearly as much as to do Superman and Lois. And then if that's successful, they can do a new Wonder Woman series. And then and maybe who knows, maybe do a Flash reboot, but still keep the same actor.
They should have done a Batman series a long ago because Batman hasn't been live action in a series since '66.
Yeah.
I think they could find.
Well, if you count, I'm sorry, if you count Gotham.
That's true. You know what? Speaking of the Gotham thing, though, as good as Gotham was. How about a spinoff into a Batman series off of that? Not with the same kid. I don't want that. I'm just saying that something like that, yes. I guess it's her. I mean, if I were there, pretty high.
That would be cool because I think Gotham had superior villains.
Perry White was so pissed too.
No, listen. I think that if you were to take the villains directly out of Gotham and make a spinoff, like call it Gotham: The Dark Knight, something like that, you'd have a hit on your hands. Find the right actor to play Bruce and Batman. You keep your Alfred. I liked Alfred. And you keep the core villain set.
Batman Year One, man. That's what they should do.
Something like that, yes. But keep, you know what? Again, I mean it. A direct spinoff from Gotham because those villains were about the closest thing I have seen in a live action set to what the villains were.
Not that Bane, bro.
No.
That Bane was awful.
I listen.
I've seen worse. The Bane on Batman and Robin was worse.
Oh God. Oh,
yeah, true.
Listen, they took the Hulk. They took the Hulk's voice and put it in Bane. That's what they did.
That's all they did.
They basically made Bane the Hulk. I mean,
5-minute warning, guys. We're gonna wrap it up. But hey, I enjoyed the first season of Gotham. I just felt like the tone of the show was not great. I would actually, if I had to choose, I'd rather them somehow bring Krypton back on HBO Max or something, because a lot of people really
needs to come back.
Yeah, I liked Krypton from what I saw. I didn't
watch some of that, and I liked it.
Loved it.
Again, though, this keeps on going back to. I'm sorry, Danny. Go ahead. You go first.
I just think that Brainiac was fire. He was.
Like Brainiac.
And that Brainiac into Superman and Lois.
And that Zod, I thought he was awesome.
Yeah,
that was good. All of them are good. I don't think any of them sucked.
And I've said this 1,000 times. Danny can attest to this. Is that the problem Warner Brothers, DC, AT&T will always have is that you have too many cooks in the kitchen. You need listen. Marvel to me has never been the superior product, but the way their movie and TV division are handling it, because Kevin Feige's in charge of it and kind of directing everything, it is cohesive enough that even with the problems that are within itself, it's not as glaring as when you go over to the DC universe and you're like, wait a minute, we got this and this. It's almost, and again, I'm not a big CW fan with all these DC products they have, but I will give them this. The only problem I've ever really had is I think it is either underacted, overacted, one of those two, and that they haven't put enough money behind it. That's been my biggest problem. And the writing has been shoddy at times. But here's the thing. If they had one person, and I'm not saying it should be Zack Snyder, but I will say this. Zack Snyder had a vision. Mm-hmm. And somebody had it. They cut that person out. They have the right hand doing one thing, the left hand doing another thing, and they're not talking to each other. If the people that are smart enough with the lesser amount of money in the TV division could hook up with the movie division and say, listen, give us the money and we'll show you how to make the right movies. And then vice versa, help us with the production value over here. If they work together and talk together, it'd be awesome. Because
are you saying Marvel and DC should work together?
No. I'm saying the DC TV universe.
Oh yeah.
While it's not always great, they do have a vision.
Better storytelling. Well, Danny's been saying the same thing about the animated DC stuff.
But that's
why can't they do the fucking movies like that?
That exactly. That is the way you know that the people who are in charge of this. You have 3 divisions within DC, and you do have the 3 divisions within the Marvel. The Marvel not comic books. I don't know comic books right now. The Marvel animated, the Marvel TV, and the Marvel movie divisions, I believe, all talk to each other. The DC animated, the DCEU, and the CW DC stuff, they don't even know who's doing what because they're not talking to each other.
The only good animated movie that I've seen from Marvel that I can remember was Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Rest of them I can't remember.
I haven't watched a lot, but I'm thinking like the X-Men series back in the day. Some of the stuff.
Their shows are
good. Animated movies. I thought
their movies aren't good.
No.
But the biggest problem with Warner Brothers, other than having too many cooks in the kitchen, is they're all under the Warner Brother banner. To where Disney has studios under their banner. Lucasfilm is its own studio. Marvel Studios is its own studio.
Yes.
Pixar is its own studio. But Warner Brothers doesn't have a DC studio.
They should. They need to find their Kevin Feige or a guy that. And again, I'm not saying that Zack Snyder's the right guy. I understand the problem.
Jeff Johns is. I'm pretty impressed with his work.
And I have always thrown out the name, and I know people hate it because he's a shill or whatever. Kevin Smith knows his shit.
Oh yes,
Kevin Smith definitely.
Yes.
And Kevin Smith is the right type of guy. He's a director. He's an actor. He kind of understands how things works. You give him the chance, and I understand a lot of people are worried because of his agendas and whatever. But when I've watched his Cantina show or the I love
Fat Man with Fat Man or whatever.
Yeah, Fat Man Beyond now.
That
guy, he knows his shit.
But there was rumors early on, because I want to wrap this up. We hit over an hour, but that Ben Affleck was going to be that guy, because they said his Batman script was the best Batman script they ever read, and he knows just as much about that nerd shit as Kevin Smith does.
But they know each other.
Yeah, they know each other.
Those guys together.
Yeah. They would be working behind the scenes. They'd be like Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. That's what they would be doing. The only thing is Ben Affleck is an Oscar-winning director. At least his movie won an Oscar. He didn't win the Oscar, but But anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap it up for the night. We hit over an hour. You can follow everybody's YouTube channel in the description below. So just click the link. Everybody has their YouTube channel description. So go over there, check it out, subscribe, and we'll be back again tomorrow. Thank you guys for the super chats. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great night.
Peace.